What was the craziest rumor at your school? Ours was that Mr. Calloway, the auto shop teacher, was in witness protection. We laughed about it for years. I stopped laughing my senior year, in one afternoon, in his supply room. The rumor existed because Mr. Calloway was a little off in ways kids notice. He was the best teacher I ever had, patient, funny, in a dry way, could diagnose an engine by sound alone, but he never appeared in a single yearbook in 19 years. Not faculty pages, not club photos. If you pointed a phone at him, he'd turn and become suddenly fascinated by a carburetor. He parked his truck nose out in the same corner spot with a sightline to the entrance. When strangers came into the shop, parents, inspectors, anyone, he clocked them at the door before they'd fully opened it. Kids said he used to be a getaway driver. Kids said he'd testified against somebody. Kids say a lot of things. Senior year, I was his shop aide. One October afternoon, he sent me into the supply room for brake cleaner, and while I was digging behind a shelf of old manuals, a cigar box fell and spilled. Photographs, black and white and faded color. A younger Mr. Calloway, unmistakable, leaning on a tow truck in front of a garage. The sign on the garage had a name on it, and a city I knew he'd never once mentioned, and the name under the sign, stitched on his old work shirt in the photo, wasn't Calloway. I was still holding the picture when I realized he was standing in the doorway. I have never watched color leave a person's face like that. He didn't yell. That was the scary part. He crossed the room in 3 steps, took the box, and said very quietly, "Who else has seen these?" I said, "No one." He asked again, differently, "Who did you text?" "Think." "No one," I said. My phone was in my bag in the classroom. He sat down on a crate like his legs had quit, and then he said, "Go home, son. You didn't see a name today. I'm asking you like it matters because it does." I went home. I didn't tell anyone, not even my best friend, though it burned a hole in me all night. 2 days later, Mr. Calloway wasn't at school. A substitute ran study hall in the shop. His truck stayed in the corner spot, nose out, for exactly 1 more day, and then it was gone too. That Friday, the principal announced he'd retired for family reasons. 19 years of teaching. Effective immediately, no assembly, no card to sign. By Monday, his classroom was cleared to bare pegboard. The trophy case where his auto club's plaques had been was rearranged so you couldn't tell anything was missing. Here's what I found out later, in pieces, from my mother of all people, who worked at the district office. 2 federal marshals had visited the school that Thursday, not to arrest anyone, to move someone. Something had happened out of state. A release, a parole, an appeal. We never learned exactly, and my dropped cigar box was, in her words, the second thing that went wrong that week, not the first. My discovery didn't cause it. It just landed in the middle of it. I've had to make peace with never knowing the whole shape of it. The school's oddities suddenly read like a document. 19 years of blurred photos. A camera-shy man with a sightline to the door. A teacher whose emergency contact card, the office ladies used to joke, listed a phone number in Washington, D.C. For a long time, that was the whole story. The rumor was true, the man was gone. The end. Then, 6 years later, I was managing the parts counter at a dealership when an envelope came to the shop, addressed to me, no return address, postmarked from a state I won't name. Inside was a photograph of an engine, a rebuilt flathead, gorgeous work, sitting in a chassis. On the back, in handwriting I recognized from 100 returned lab sheets, were 2 lines. Still building. Told you the timing was everything. And under that, you kept your word. That's rarer than you know. That's everything I have and everything I'll ever get, and it's enough. I keep the photo in my toolbox, top drawer. The kids at my school thought the craziest rumor was that a boring shop teacher had a secret life. They had it backwards. The crazy part is that a man carrying all that, looking at the door his whole life, still showed up for 19 years of other people's kids and taught us to fix things. Some rumors are true. The truth was just braver than the rumor.